Let's welcome Mr. Riva.
Thank you. How are you all doing today? Wonderful. I love that enthusiasm. I think I'm the only person totally different from all of you. All of you are wearing beautiful crowns. I'm the only one without a crown. But I have no regrets. They say if you are bald in the front, you are a thinker. If you are bald at the back, you are sexy. But if you are bald from front to back, you think you're sexy. You know, giving a talk in this conference reminds me of my very first speech, my maiden speech I made in Mumbai some years ago in a similar environment, similar event. I was scheduled to speak at 6 o'clock in the evening, but I arrived 1 hour earlier. With 1 hour in hand, I entered one of the small empty rooms to practice my talk. Being a maiden speech it was. I was pacing up and down the floor in that small room, rehearsing my talk, when an elderly woman came up to me and said, "Excuse me, mister, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I'm just practicing my talk, which I'll soon be giving in the big room." She said, "Tell me, do you get very nervous before you give a talk?" I said, "Of course not." Then she said, "What the heck are you doing here in the ladies' room?" In a Marine Parade apartment, a woman was painting the walls and the ceiling of her newly bought apartment. It was very hot, humid. Paint was dropping all over her clothes, her dress. In frustration, she removed all her clothes and resumed the painting. No sooner had she removed all her clothes, there was a knock on the door. And she shouted, "Who is that?" And a voice behind the door said, "I'm a blind man." Well, she thought, what can a blind man see? So as she went and opened the door, and the man looked at her. "Wow, you are a very pretty woman." "Hey," she said, "I thought you said you are a blind man." He said, "Yes, I am. Where would you like the blinds to be fixed?" One Saturday afternoon, the husband returned home from work. It was his birthday. And the wife greeted him, hugged him, and she was wearing the most sexiest dress she had. In her sexy dress, she hugged him close and whispered in his ears, "Darling, tie me up and do whatever you want." So he tied her up and went golfing. Now let us first explore why humor is important to us. According to medical science, laughter helps us to breathe deeply. When you laugh, you breathe deeply. And this oxygenates our blood, stimulates our circulation, aids our digestion, stabilizes our blood pressure, and massages our vital organs, wherever they are. Laughter is also an excellent exercise for our face muscles. When we laugh, our face gets an increased flow of blood, and this gives us a glow to the skin, and you feel so wonderful, so nice. See, many of us go for our facial massage, and what does the masseuse do? She will massage, lift up all our lines to give us a glow. And when she hands us the bill, all these lines fall back. And the glow is gone. But have you ever wondered that a good laughter will bring all these lines up? Stay there. And you will have a wonderful glow, beautiful glow, free of charge. No need to go to a massage person. I'm told one woman had so many facelifts that when she went for the next one, they had to lower her body. It is said that laughter is the best medicine. But it is more than a medicine. It is a most powerful tonic for our body and our mind. Laughter can save us a lot of medical bills. A doctor was driving a car and he noticed his patient taking a walk home. He stopped the car and told the patient, "Hi there, I'm glad to see you taking a walk home." And the guy said, "No choice, doc. I had to sell my car when I got your bill." In some countries, some doctors have ready-made, they are so busy, they have ready-made sentences on their lips. One guy went to the doctor and said, "Doc, I have difficulty breathing in." Doctor said, "Don't worry, I'll stop it completely." Another guy went to the doctor and said, "Doc, I feel like killing myself." Doctor said, "Leave it to me." Another guy went to the doctor and said, "Doc, do you think I will live?" Doctor said, "Yes, but I don't advise it." Humor is equally important in our profession. Why? Involving humor in work improves teamwork. It enhances. It boosts productivity. And it enhances our self-image at the same time. Nowadays, many large corporations in America have a short humor break in addition to the coffee break. Here they share jokes and laugh. They feel totally refreshed and cheerful when they return to their work. This boosts the productivity. Once during a humor break, the boss was telling jokes to his staff, one after the other. Everybody was laughing except Mary. And he said to Mary, "Mary, why aren't you laughing today?" And Mary said, "I don't have to, boss. I quit job on Friday." Why is humor important in speeches? Humor bridges the gap between the speaker and the audience. Humor brings about an air of refreshment, air of relaxation. It refreshes, it wakes up a drowsy audience. I belong to a Rotary Club, and not long ago, after the Rotary Club meeting was over, two guys were waiting at the car park to see their cars come, and they struck a conversation. One said to the other, "I say, did you hear Tom snoring at our table while the president was giving a talk?" And the other guy said, "Yes, I heard him. He woke me up." Now, why is humor helpful in social activities, social life? Injecting humor spices our conversation. We can use humor with great success. Parties, celebrations, marriages, birthdays, anniversaries, wherever we are in happy celebration, if we use a bit of humor, everybody becomes happy. The whole party becomes lively. And they all remember you. And they invite you again and again. Come and tell us some jokes. Come and tell us this. The other day I attended a church wedding. At the altar stood the bride and the groom, looking at each other with love and affection. The bride said to the groom, "My little peach." The groom said to the bride, "My sweet plum." And the preacher said, "I now pronounce you fruit salad." Two women were having a chat at the cocktails. One said to the other, "Hey, why are you wearing your wedding ring in the wrong finger?" And the other replied, "Yes, I know. I married the wrong man." Now we come to the second part of our agenda. A simple recipe for effective humor. How do we make our jokes successful? How do we tell them to make people laugh? We know how important humor is. Now we must know this part, how to make our jokes more successful. First ingredient in this recipe is use short jokes. 3 years ago, I was in Tokyo. I went to attend this Rotary meeting, and there I was introduced by the president as a humorist. And the president asked me, "Please come and tell us a joke." I said, no, my God, all these Japanese are Japanese speaking. The whole audience is Japanese speaking. They will not understand me. He said, "No problem. We have an interpreter. He will translate your joke and everybody can laugh." So I took the bull by the horns. I went up to the mic and gave them a nice long jokes about 10, 12 lines. After this, the interpreter came and translated my whole 10 lines into only 3 lines. He condensed it. And everybody had a great laugh. Naturally, I was flattered. My joke went so well and he condensed it. At the end of the meeting, I went to ask him, "My friend, how did you manage to condense my 10 lines into 3 lines?" He says, "Very simple. I told them we have a visitor from Singapore. He has just told us a joke. Everybody please laugh." Isn't that embarrassing? If only I had used 3-liner or 2-liner joke, he would have translated it and I would have been honored. Short jokes are easy to remember. Short jokes do not bore people. Short jokes are simple like this. They say when a guy opens the door of his car for his wife, you can be sure of one thing. Either the car is new or the wife. When a man holds a woman's hand, before marriage it is love. After marriage it is self-defense. So the next ingredient is personalize your jokes. I wish I could personalize a joke, but I won't. I'll give you my personal incident. My wife used to work, and every day she would take her new purse and she would take my photo and put inside her bag, and she would go to work. I became curious. I asked her, "Darling, I see you every day go to work, take my picture. Tell me why." She said, "To be honest with you, whenever I have any problem, no matter how difficult and insurmountable this problem is, I look at your picture and all my problems disappear." And I said, "You see how powerful, how miraculous I am for you?" And she said, "Yes. When I look at your picture, I say to myself, what other problem can there be greater than this one?" Thank you. I'll end it here. We will continue next time. You have been a wonderful audience. I must not take your time. Thank you.